for the Media Studies Student Association.
UC Berkeley's Media Studies students now have a new way to connect through Media Studies Student Association, or MSSA. Today, we'll hear from board members, professors, and students about how MSSA is building our community together, supporting students, and helping them to explore diverse career paths by applying media studies to their fields of interest.
So I came to Berkeley and I was interested in majoring in media studies, and I kind of realized pretty early on that media studies students were all around campus. They were in different clubs, they were in different orgs, and they were pursuing all of these really different interesting things. But I didn't really realize or didn't really know where they were. So I was interested in kind of creating something that could bring together all of the students on campus within the major to see where they're doing, what their unique passions are, what their interests are, because media studies is really that broad. And then also I had the pleasure of working with Professor Barry, as well as a wonderful group of other students, which really inspired all of us to continue going and to continue making this org.
We haven't had something like MSSA in media studies, and I'm overjoyed that we're finally getting around to a student organization that can provide the kind of infrastructure and support for students that we've hitherto not had available. Many other majors have existing student organizations that provide that kind of support, that offer opportunities for students to check in with elder class persons that can offer them insight into different courses, different concepts, potential career opportunities. So I've already spent some time working with the founders of MSSA to develop their constitution, get through the RSO application process. And going forward, I'm going to be at as many events as I can in whatever capacity they need to be in.
That's why our short-term goal is to actually create that community firstly, and to spread those resources so that everyone can have access to their friends who are maybe in similar classes and class notes and other resources that they could use. I think our long-term goal is to actually create a family. I think college can be daunting at times, so it's really hard to find a community, especially for your own major. So with 600 students being in this major, I think to create that one big family is so important. And I think in the end, we can have more stronger alumni connections and have more fun events.
And then we also want to have socials for media studies students on campus, whether that looks like group midterm study sessions or peer counseling, where a senior can talk to a freshman and give any advice for schedules of classes or study tips for taking a certain class, like the core classes on campus, which all of the media studies students have to take.
As a Berkeley student, I always look for ways to find more opportunities and resources for media studies majors, especially thinking about after graduation. So I do have high expectations when it comes to the establishment of MSSA, as I feel like not only could we build a community together, but we could also share these resources instead of gatekeeping them for the general population in the media studies sector.
So when I'm thinking about MSSA, I really wish to give that diverse background where so many diverse people and give them a common ground where they can all come together, share their common interests, bond over the major, and just learn more about media studies. At least for me, when I came into Berkeley, I didn't necessarily know what media studies was. So I think having MSSA is such a great resource for people who want to explore that major, as well as people who are already in the major and looking for what can I do with this major, what can I do with media studies beyond Berkeley. So that's really what I hope to gain and give to people when they join MSSA, a new sense of community among such diversity.
I feel like media studies is a diverse community and space that you can grow in. So I'm really interested to see where the alumni of media studies have gone, whether that be the entertainment industry specifically, or in my case, the law industry. I want to see how it is that media studies has helped apply in their own careers now professionally, as well as not just professionally, but also socially. I'm a media law and policy student, but I love to fit on what is typical digital studies. So having a space for people to interact with different spaces of media would be really fun and a cool opportunity to have.
As the Media Studies Student Association becomes a pivotal resource for professional development and collaboration, we look forward to witnessing its impact on students at UC Berkeley. From CalTV News, this is Lucy Lee.